We're going to keep it going for this next gentleman. Give it up for the very funny Paddy Mack, everyone. Paddy Mack. Show some love.
Keep it going, I'll do a titty show. Alright, so you know what we're going to do? We're going to be controversial for the next 8 minutes. We're going to divide this room in half. Not really, but kinda. So we're going to talk to the men and the women. Women first. I'm going to read you a statement. And then the noise that you make will dictate the amount of agreement you have with said statement. Are you ready?
Yeah!
Alright, the statement is, a woman's life is significantly harder than a man's. I'm not going to lie to you, ladies. I expected more on that one, but hey, whatever. So guys, you're going to have your turn in the sun now. So, again, I'm going to read you a statement. The amount of noise that you make is going to dictate your agreement with said statement. A woman's life is significantly harder than a man's. There is literally one guy in this room that wants to get laid. It never ceases to amaze me how men fail to, rise to the occasion with that one. And I don't know where they, I didn't, from one patty to another, what did you do when I put that out there?
Woo!
You didn't do fuck all. You didn't make a sound, okay? And you know why you didn't make a sound? Because your wife ain't here. Your wife was here to be, yeah! And there's a word for that. There's a word to describe people like that, men in particular. It's hard to spell, so I'll just do it phonetically. The word is, whoosh. 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 That's you. Come on, where were you guys on that one? Holy shit. I admire, though, how men they're just going to die on that hill. They will not give in. And I don't know where their fucking common sense is. I've had this conversation, in the men's league dressing rooms, when you're taking off your equipment and whatnot. And what really pisses me off, man? It really pisses me off when you have an argument with a woman about whose life is hard, and they always throw menstruation and pregnancy in your face. Okay, well, let me kind of draw an analogy here. If you had a gun in your hand and someone had a knife in their hand and they were going to attack you and try to kill you, would you shoot them? Well, menstruation and pregnancy are two 44 caliber fucking guns, and you brought a knife to a gunfight, motherfucker, you deserve to get shot, all right? Holy shit. You don't believe me? Let's just let the facts deal with them. From the age of 12 until fuck knows whenever, a woman bleeds every single month for the sole purpose of letting her know that she's not pregnant. That is the most medieval shit I had ever heard of in my fucking life. I could think of 1,000 different ways to let a woman know that she wasn't pregnant where blood is not involved. It's unbelievable. And, it's not all bad though, right? Because, if a woman doesn't want to bleed, she has options, right? She can get pregnant, right? Because that's always fun. Right? You can have a hysterectomy, go through menopause, or death. Those are those are 4 of the shittiest options I have ever heard of in my fucking life. If men menstruated and those were my options, I would be a bitch every single day of my fucking life. I'd be unbearable. There'd be the premenstrual syndrome, the premenstrual syndrome, the during menstrual syndrome, and the post-menstrual syndrome. And people are like, Patty, for fuck's sakes, why are you such a bitch all the time? You really want to know? I kind of thought the answer was obvious. If you need me to spell it out, I will. Because I am a bitch because in 18 days, 14 hours, 32 minutes, and 16 seconds, I'm gonna have blood running out of my cock for a fucking week. And you thought it was hard to get a blowjob on a good day. Don't even start me on the tampons. I gotta get an erection just to put the fucking thing in. If I'm being completely honest, women laugh much harder at that than men. 2 reasons. 1, because it's straight up fucking hilarious. And 2, Well, I mean, there isn't a woman in this room that hasn't been putting in a tampon going, I wish this was you, you fuck. I mean, I've had, you know, women, I admire your humility because I've had this discussion with women. I said, well, how many kids you have? I have 3 kids. And they are the love of my life. And I don't know what I did to deserve such happiness. You had kids, you moron. Holy shit. Okay, so you don't remember? You don't remember that inconsequential sexual act that gave you 0 pleasure whatsoever? That was followed by nausea, vomiting, heartburn, and then you gave up alcohol, tobacco, and drugs, and he didn't, okay? Oh, and then, you know, you gained a little bit of weight, so they're not so bad. You got to go and get a new set of clothes, but then, of course, he got really big and he started to sit on your sciatic nerve and you felt like you were being shish kebabbed. And then, no big deal, because when they got you into the birth room, that's when the fun started, because it turns out your vagina wasn't big enough, okay? So they gave you an episiotomy. That's right, they treated your vagina like a piece of filet mignon. You don't remember none of that? Holy shit. If my body got used to bring a human being into the world, if that was how it treated, I would never forget that. Not only would I never forget it, I'd never let that little prick forget it either. Pissed me off in the slightest. Junior, I want you to go outside and mow the lawn before you hang out with your friends. Aw, why do I have to do it? Because I didn't swallow you, that's why. That's right. The only reason you're here is because I have a gag reflex. You ingrate. No, holy shit, there was 130 million of you in that fucking load, and I got you, okay? So do me a favor, stop acting like the poster boy for birth control and get the fuck out there. I know that it's a disturbing number, 130 million. I mean, I looked at, hey, no shit. I mean, comedians, we have a lot of time on our hands. We Google search the fuck out of everything, okay? And that number is real. Like, when I went on, I thought it was maybe like 250, you know? Like that's 130 million. I'm not going to challenge that number. I think the numbers are so big now, they just throw them at us so we won't question them. And they're right. And normally I'm an inquisitive guy, and if it said 250, I would scoop it out of my belly button. And I would put it in a petri dish, and I would take it to the lab, and I would count it. But 130 million, it dawned on me, and so I'm not the one that has to swallow it, right? So I'm not fucking with that number, okay? That's all I'm saying. And I can tell by the look on your face, you are horrified right now. And you know why you're horrified? You are horrified because you're like, holy shit, 130 million, is that true? Because I've given like, I don't know, 1,000 blowjobs. I swallowed like 25% of the time. I carry the 9. Holy shit. I've swallowed the Earth's population like 15 times. Every time I do it, it's like having 20 holocausts in my mouth. That's right. The blowjob died at Mcguire'S. Except for you, Paddy. You can go home. Your wife didn't hear none of this shit. No, but then we haven't got to the second option. When a woman actually decides to have a baby, to get pregnant. Guys, I tell you, if you haven't looked down the barrel of the stirrups and watched a vagina try to bring a baby into this world, guys, if that doesn't show you that you won, I don't know what the fuck will. And I already picked on you. Sorry. What's your name? I'm sorry, what?
It's Jay.
Jay? Jay, I'm going to borrow your vagina for this joke, okay? Your vagina is going to stand for every vagina in this room, okay? So I'm just going to... Now pay attention. All right, now, you get into that and you look down there and you realize, fellas, okay, that your only contribution to this whole process was an orgasm. And I assure you, it wasn't her orgasm. That's for fucking true. That's right. Look, I'd love to stand here and tell you that my 2 kids are born of earth-shattering sex, where the fucking paintings fell off the wall and the bed frame collapsed and the dog went mental and the neighbor called the cops. You can't do that in 60 seconds. It's impossible, all right? That's right. Men are about as important a procreation process as an Allen key is for a piece of IKEA furniture. Okay? You can't make the little fucker without us, but you screw us for 3 minutes and you throw us in a drawer and you never use us again. Thanks. I'm Paddy. You guys are awesome.
Paddy Mack, everybody, Paddy Mack. Keep going for You guys are a dirty fucking crowd, the shit you're laughing at.